Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. Amidst the prosperity-killing progressive wave, there's a piece of good news tonight. A major stubbing of the foot by Team Biden that has infuriated voters. The first lawsuit is being filed against Joe Biden's illegal student loan cancellation. Now, this issue, by the way, refuses to go away. It's a gigantic mistake of unconstitutional executive overreach, making the middle class pay for rich people, making people that paid their loans finance those that did not. And, oh, by the way, the CBO just scored it as $420 billion price tag, which will provide plenty of spare cash for the loan delinquents to bid up prices and raise inflation. Oh, by the way, did I mention that the Bidens originally scored this as $240 billion? Oops. Just a couple of $100 billion phony doctoring to try to make people believe they're worried about budget deficits and inflation. But the progressive liberals never worry about budget deficits and inflation, and they always love to spend more government money. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say government money? No. I meant taxpayer money. Think of that. The Committee for Responsible Federal Budget scored this loan cancellation fiasco at over $500 billion. And the Penn-Wharton economic model said it could be as high as $1 trillion. Like I say, people are furious at this. Robert Cahaley of the highly respected Trafalgar poll says that he hasn't seen any issue in a long time that motivates people as much as opposition to Biden's student loan forgiveness. And I quote, "Nothing touches it." So politically and financially, the Bidens have kind of been caught with their pants down, haven't they? Now, going back to the very good news, the first lawsuit has been filed against this illegal student loan move. A chap named Frank Garrison, alongside the Pacific Legal Foundation, filed a case in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Indiana. Mr. Garrison will be worse off because of the cancellation. He will face an immediate tax liability because of the automatic cancellation of a portion of his debt. Besides Indiana, there are 4 other states who will tax loan forgiveness: Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arkansas, and North Carolina. Now, Mr. Garrison is an enrollee in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program that Congress created. The state of Indiana would let him off because of his public service in their state. But the Biden executive order automatically creates a taxable event where federal overrides state law. Moreover, because of the structure of this so-called emergency order, Garrison gets only a one-time benefit, not a future flow of benefits that would have helped him under prior current law. So he's been injured. His financial future has been damaged. And that's what gives him standing to make this lawsuit. And because of the massive unpopularity of Biden's student loan cancellation, you can bet the courts are going to move this lawsuit. And oh, by the way, Biden's executive order was blatantly unconstitutional in the first place. Why? Well, because this gigantic $420 billion, maybe $500 billion, maybe $1 trillion certainly qualifies as a vast economic and politically significant executive action. But hang on. The recent Supreme Court decision of West Virginia versus EPA ruled that vast economically significant executive actions must have a clear congressional authorization. But Biden doesn't have one. He's calling this a COVID national emergency. And under that old law, which was originally designed for military veterans, he has no authority to kill off $1 trillion worth of student loans while the rest of the country fumes about it. And now that I think about it, didn't President Biden just say COVID is over? The pandemic is over? So what happened to the national emergency? Heck, give us the $1 trillion back and give this Garrison chap a medal. And then hold your breath while we all wait for the cavalry to finally come. All right, that's my riff tonight.